no, hang on. No, it is working. Maybe get one just in case. Okay. Brilliant. Testing. So if everyone wants to come to a seated position, I'll just take a moment to discuss some cool things that yoga can do for us, which I think most of you may know already, but it's good to be reminded. We all know that our body has an autonomic system, which does all this stuff for us when we're not thinking about it, like breathing, and luckily we don't have to think about digesting and all that kind of stuff, which is really great. And our body also has another system called the sympathetic nervous system. And what that does is it makes you prepared to run in nature. If you're being chased by a bear, you would have faster heart rate, you'd be pumping out cortisol, you'd have your blood going out to your peripherals, you'd be ready to run or fight the bear. So that's nature's way of automatically putting you into a stressful position so you have enough energy to escape a real threat. But what happens to us today is we spend most of our day, especially at work, in this space of feeling like we're being chased by a bear because we have deadlines, we have stress with work, we've got isolation, COVID-19, we have all these things that is automatically freaking us out. So we're pumping out cortisol, it makes us hold on to body weight. It does all these other things, especially linked to diseases as well. So what's also cool about this system is you can trick it into going to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest form. So how we do that is through breath. And through slowing the breath down, we actually trick the body to relax, which is super cool. So we're going to have a play with it now. And we'll come down onto our backs when you're ready. And we're just going to have a go at tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system. So if you wish, you can have your feet together and knees apart if your hips are happy. If you would like to just stay in normal savasana mode, then you can stay there too. I recommend that you have your left hand on your heart and right hand on your belly so you can feel your breath. And just take a few big breaths in and exhale through the nose. Make sure the body is nice and relaxed, so taking any last movements you need to feel fully relaxed on the floor. Create some space between the teeth and let the jaw gently relax away. Removing any creases between the eyebrows. And we'll take a breath in for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale for 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. Hold for 5. And now just follow your own breath. Keep it slow and keep it steady. Breathing deep into that belly, feel it rise on the inhale. Using that diaphragm to tell your body that you are relaxed. And if the mind starts to wander, just gently taking it back to the sensation of the breath. And taking one more round wherever you are. And when you finish that round, gently wiggle your fingers and toes and bring a smile to your face. And just observe how you feel now. Just a few moments of that breath and the effect that it has on the body is substantial. On your next exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a hug. Have a gentle rock from side to side, massaging the sacrum. Placing the feet on the floor and tickle the heels with your tips of your middle finger. This is because we're going into bridge pose. Now, if you do have a block available, I'd recommend you have it now. If you don't have one, that's okay too. I will explain what to do without one. You can also use a water bottle for this if you don't have a brick. So we bring our hands up over our head, put the palms of the hands on the sides of the block and push them together. Protract the shoulders towards the roof and push the palms towards each other even more. If you don't have a block, you can still do this by creating the tension yourself in your arms. Have a breath in. And on the exhale, we lift the hips up. The block goes over the head but not touching the floor. Squeeze the palms together, protract through shoulders. And now push through the heels and tilt the tailbone towards your heels or the front of the mat. Squeeze your glutes even more and see what happens when you squeeze your glutes, your hips extend up, and just watch those knees because sometimes the knees will also spread out when we activate the glutes. So suck them in and keep them tight. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, gently come down. Take a breath in to prepare. And exhale, we rise up one more time. The block comes up over the head, squeeze the glutes. And from here, we play with activation and deactivation. So we're going to deactivate the right glute and keep the left glute squeezed and just feel what happens to the right side of the body. And then the other side. So we activate the right glute and let the left glute be saggy and see what happens. That left whole side of the body sags and even the abs start to switch off. The quads switch off as well. So that's what happens in a deactivated bridge. Activate both glutes, push the hips up towards the roof, tilt the tailbone, lift the toes off the floor, push the rest of the foot into the floor, push the heels into the mat and drag them towards your body. This is full activation for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down, bring the block down to belly, and then place it to the side. The left hand comes up towards the roof, extend, and then the right hand comes on top of the fingers and gently pulls it down towards your face to stretch out the back of the wrist. This is preparing our wrist for extension through all of our vinyasas. From here, we come back into bridge. So exhale, bring the hips up towards the roof and raise the right leg up. So bring the knee into chest and straighten the leg. Flex the toes towards the shin. Now, option here to stay as you are, or we have 20 pulses. So we're going to start for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that foot. Gently release the hand and lower the back to the floor. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Take a breath. Maybe windscreen wipe the legs. And let's go to the other side. So the right hand comes up towards the roof. Left hand rests on top of the fingers and pulls them towards your face. Feel that extension through the wrist. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips up. And then on your next exhale, bring knee into chest for the left side. Place the foot almost like it's walking on the roof, then flex the toes towards your shin. Option to hold here or 20 pulses. So let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg and gently lower the back. Craig, this is going to help your running with glute activation as well. Bring your knees into chest. And maybe there's a little rock forward and back. And when you're feeling like you have enough momentum, you can come up into your hands and knees for your tabletop. We'll start with some little cat-cow. So inhale, gaze up. And exhale, tilt the tailbone, look towards belly. And just taking this moment to close your eyes and feel into your body. and see how it feels. Maybe there's some barrel rolling of the hips, so rolling one way and then the other way. Whatever feels good in the body, maybe you want to move forward and back on the wrists or little circles on the wrists. If you have sensitive wrists, this is a really nice way to warm them up for all your vinyasas. And then walking your hands forward, get your toes ready and push up and back into downward facing dog. It's your first downward facing dog of the day, so it may be a little tender. So if you wrap your shoulder blades around your armpits and you're going to spin your biceps forward, spread your fingers wide, almost with a slight clawing action of the fingers into the mat. Inhale, come up onto tippy toes, and exhale, push through heels. Release neck and head, gaze towards that belly to let that neck extend. Look between the hands. Step one foot between the hands and then the other. Inhale to flat back and exhale to fold. Inhale gently, raising up, hands up overhead, big smiles. And we're going to focus on our breath today. So keeping that really strong and steady breath, hands to heart. So we're going to raise the heart rate and then we're going to come back to breath and lower the heart rate down. You're like, ah. Inhale, hands up. And exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to floor. Step, or if you feel ready, you can jump back into your high plank. Hold here for a moment. Squeeze the glutes. So in your plank, your glutes should be activated. So just check if they are. If they aren't, squeeze them together. I sometimes bring my legs a little closer together to also squeeze them to help me activate. Option to lower knees onto floor. Come forward, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale into baby cobra. Maybe the hands lift. Maybe you zip the legs and lift the feet as well. Exhale, come down, tuck the toes, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands, option step or jump forward. Inhale, flat back. Breath out, hands forward. Breath in, bend through the knees, roll up. Breath out, bend through the legs to support the lower back as you fold forward. Breath in, halfway. Breath out, step back, move through your flow. Coming from high to low plank. Always an option for one-legged chaturanga or chaturanga push-ups if you're feeling really strong today. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take a few breaths, pedal out the legs. Maybe shake the head a little, yes and no, to release the neck. Look between hands, your option. Take it, step or jump forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through knees, roll up. And exhale, we swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, down. Flow, vinyasa, step or jump, move from high to low. Inhale to up dog. Nice chaturanga, Emily, that was good. I'm watching you. And taking a few breaths. Look between your hands, step or jump. Sweep your hands behind you, breath in. Exhale, come up into chair. So we're in our chair, tilting our tailbone down, squeezing the legs together. Lift the toes up so that you're going back into your heels. You can relax your shoulders a little. You guys are pretty relaxed, that's good. Little challenge, you get two options. You can come up onto your tippy toes and your knees will come forward. Or you can have a play with just lifting one foot up a little bit off the floor with the full foot on the floor. And then the other, not on your tippy toes, that would be really hard. And exhale to fold. So next set, you will need a pad if you have one. If you don't have a knee pad, we're going to try and make some extras for our members and just be careful of sensitive knees. Step back with the right knee. If you do have a jumper or something, you can fold it up. That's a good idea. Place it on the floor and inhale to rise up. A lot of people don't teach with a knee pad for this, but I think it's really good to be careful of the knees. We're going to tilt forward in the hips. So this is coming into flexibility rather than strength. Hands down to frame the front foot, untuck the back toe, straighten the leg, step back, And move through your flow, high to low plank. Inhale to come up. And exhale, down dog. The right foot steps forward, lower left knee, rise up. Reach up through the chest and come into full extension. So allowing yourself to melt down. Hands frame the front foot, tuck back toe, step forward, fold over the thighs. Exhale. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, fold forward. Left foot steps back this time, lower the knee, rise up, low lunge. We're going to speed it up a little bit for the last few rounds. Hands down, step back into your flow. Option to lower the knees, chaturanga. Inhale to come up. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward, breath in. Lower the right knee, inhale, come up. Exhale, hands come to frame the front foot. Untuck back toe, step forward, fold forward. Exhale. Inhale, hands rise up. Last round. And exhale, we fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step right knee back, lower to floor. Inhale, rise, and maybe sink forward a little to go further into your stretch. Exhale, hands down to untuck back toe, step back, move through your flow. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Exhale to down dog. Right foot forward, left knee lowers, rise up, breath in. Exhale, hands down, untuck back toe, step forward and fold. Take a breath out. Maybe grab the elbows, come into ragdoll, moving gently from side to side and relaxing neck and head. Bend through knees, rise up. And exhale, fold. Step or jump back, high plank and move through your flow of choice. Always okay to lower the knees. Roll shoulders back, up dog. And exhale, push through heels, look towards belly. Inhale, right leg rises. Bend the knee, 10 pulses for that heel towards the roof to activate glutes. So 10, 9, 8, 5, and 1. Hold it. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step between the hands. Get nice and low into the legs. Get steady through the legs. I sometimes push through my left heel and then push into my right heel to get grounded as I rise up. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Exhale, we're going to bend into that left knee and take it real low. Hold it. Inhale, we rise up slow. We push through that front heel and exhale, lower down. We have 5 of these. We'll take it slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Take it as low as you can. Take it slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Push through that front heel. Exhale, all the way down, almost to the bottom. Last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Hold it. Hands up. Be grateful you came to yoga on a Saturday. Hands forward. We're going to exhale. Bring the knee into chest. We have 5 of these, but we're going to take it slow. Inhale, back with control. Don't rush. Lower the leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, back. Step back. Lower slowly. Inhale, up. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. You have another after this one too. Inhale, back. Exhale. Almost there. And exhale, last one. Oh, I can feel the booty after that. Step back, hold on the bottom if you want an extra challenge, and then exhale, warrior 2. So keep deep into that front knee, gaze towards front middle finger. Just check that your hips are opening towards the side of the room rather than your front knee dipping in. Should be going out towards that pinky toe. Gaze to front middle finger, take a breath. Exhale, eagle arms. So cross the arms over and maybe your forehead rests gently on your forearms or your hand. Close your eyes. Come deep into that front knee. Lift the toes on the front foot, push through the heel. Inhale back into warrior two. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands come to center. Into goddess pose, so toes out to the sides of the mat. Exhale, hands to center, goddess pose, knees to the side. The knees are tracking in the same direction as the toes. And you're imagining that your knees are opening towards the sides of the mat. You're tilting your tailbone down, lifting through chest, come a little deeper. Option here is to come onto the tippy toes. So maybe rise the right heel, lower it down, raise the left heel. Just options this one. And do it again on each side. Challenge. I bring my feet a little closer for this bit and lift both heels up. And then 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, place the hands on your hips, traction through your spine. So we're pushing into our hips and taking the weight of our body in our arms. Take a breath in. Exhale your right elbow towards your left knee, and we push into the hip to traction through the side of the spine. Inhale to center, straighten the legs, give yourself a little break if you need it. And exhale, left shoulder to right knee. We push into that left hip to traction through the back. Inhale, come back to center, straighten the legs. Move your feet in just a little wider than your hips. We're getting into our sumo squats. What this looks like is we're going to bring our hands like this, come down into a squat, take a breath in, and we have 10 of these. We're going to exhale, bring the knee up towards the left elbow, and inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. That was 4. This is 5, 6, 7. Take it nice and slow. Beautiful. 8. Go low. 9. Almost there. And 10. Lowering down. Come back to center. Place your hands in the center of your chest. Close your eyes and feel your heart rate. And we take a few breaths to connect back to our breathing. We breathe into the belly and we see if we can start to slow the breath. Just connecting to that heartbeat, connecting back to the body. Inhale, hands up to sky, and exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step or jump back. Move through your flow, high to low plank. Inhale to come up, and exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Now we have the other side, oh joy. Now lift the left leg up. We bend the heel towards the roof, 10 pulses. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Get low into the hips. Get grounded through the heels. Gently rise up. Hands up overhead. For this one, I do step my back foot a little closer so I can bend my right knee and come nice and deep into that leg. Pushing into that front heel is going to activate your glutes and your hamstrings. So we have 10. So we rise up. What did I do? 5. I did 5. Yeah, thanks. Like, which one did I do? Inhale to rise. Exhale. Take it slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. You've done 3. We have another 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, take it slow. 1 more. Exhale. Hands up. We have 5. Exhale, bring it into chest with control. Inhale, back and down. Exhale. Breath in, lower. Breath out, knee to chest. Number 3, breath in, exhale. So close. 4. Keep that breath steady. Last one. And back. Take it down. Option to hold on the bottom of that hip to see if you can really work into the legs. Exhale, warrior 2. My left side is definitely not as strong. I'm turn side so I can see you. Now from here, get deep into that front knee. Raise the toes on the front foot. And exhale, eagle arms the other way. So the way that feels awkward. So the normal way, then swap it over. And gently bring your forehead towards your elbows or your forearm. Keep deep in that front knee. Just check if you're letting yourself off there. And then exhale, open the arms. Take a breath in. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Shimmy your feet so they're pointing towards the outsides of the mat. Inhale to rise and exhale into goddess pose. So again, having a little play, raising one heel, letting it lower, then the other. So you do it twice on each side. And after you've done that, maybe bring your feet a little closer. Come up onto the heels, just an option. Come up onto the tippy toes, Lower down even more, 10 pulses for 10. Even if you don't have your heels up, you can do your 10 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bringing your hands onto your hips, traction through spine. Inhale. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee. Inhale to center, maybe straighten through legs for a little break. And exhale, right shoulder to left knee. Inhale back to center, squats. We start to bring the heels in, just widen the hips. Prepare the arms. So hands to elbows. Deep squat, inhale. And exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale back down. We have 10. Exhale. Getting you guys super strong. 3, 4. Yeah. Exactly. You can just sit there and show them your meditation, parasympathetic nervous system that you don't care anymore. Another 2 on each side. And then when you're done, raise your hands and then onto the chest. Feel the heart rate come to the top of your mat. Inhale, hands raise up. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to floor. Move through your vinyasa. So high to low plank. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, down dog. Pedal through the legs. Right leg rises, breath in. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Rise up into lunge. We won't be here for too long, I promise. Exhale, arrow lunge. And then step forward into warrior 3. So option to have hands at the heart for your warrior 3 and rise that left leg up. I'm going to activate that left glute to rise it up, but keep the hips even onto the floor. So you don't want to open to the side. Now option here, straighten the arms in front of you for full warrior 3. If that hurts your back, keep your hands to your heart. Exhale, hands come down, standing leg splits. We have 10 little pulses back with that top left heel. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 1. Hold it up. Exhale, bring the knees together. Come down into a little squat. Keep that left foot up. Inhale, rise. We have 3 of these. Exhale, bend the knees, lower down. This is the last time I'm teaching this sequence, so you can enjoy it. Exhale to come down. Little challenge if you want to take it. When you're in the bottom of that squat, lift your hands up, stand on one foot. If this is too much, just come up to standing. If you want to challenge with the one leg stand up, you can take it. Come into tree. So your options of tree are just resting on the floor, your middle leg or your upper leg, and hands to the heart. If you want to take half lotus, you can. So this next part is just if you want to do it. Absolutely no pressure. You can stay in your tree. If you're in your half lotus and you want to try a fold forward, you can gently fold forward with the hands. If this is okay for you and you want to take a toe stand, you can bend into the knee. Just an option, and come into your toe stand. And maybe your hands come up and balance. Awesome job, guys. Well done. It's really hard. And hands down. Take the weight into your hands to protect your knees. Lean forward and then start to straighten the leg. Walk the hands back and gently come up. Lower the legs. Have a little shimmy. Inhale, hands rise. And exhale to fold. Inhale, extend, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back into your high plank. Option to lower knees or one-legged chaturangas or full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Squeeze the glutes. And exhale, down dog. Push through the heels. Inhale, right leg rises. Breath out, step between the hands. Inhale, rise into crescent lunge. Not here for too long. Exhale, arrowhead. And use that to gently come onto the tippy toes and take strength to rise up into warrior three. So, yes, we're doing left. Did I say right? Sorry. My left and rights are always wrong. So the left leg is the standing leg. The right leg is rising. Hands to heart. So option here is to extend the hands for full warrior three. I tend to feel this in my lower back. So if you do, just bring your hands to heart. Flex your toes towards your shin. Lift that leg a little higher on the right. Exhale, hands come forwards. Standing leg splits. Little pulses, so 10. Bringing that heel towards the roof. 5. And 1. Take a breath in. And exhale, bend through the knees. Come down a little low. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale to rise. Exhale, last one. Just an option. Come onto the tips of the fingers. Hover. And gently stand up on one leg. If it's too much, just come up into standing. That's fine. Tree pose. Option on your ankle, calf, or the top of your leg, but not your knee. If you want to come into half lotus, you can. Finding that point of focus that isn't moving, that drishti. If you want to take the next version, you can fold forward over the legs, gently place the hands on the floor. If you did it on the other side, you can bend into that left knee and try coming into toe stand. Normally there's one side that's a bit more unco than the other. And when you're ready to come out, hands on the floor, take the weight, straighten the leg, and gently rise up to meet everyone else. Hands to the floor, hands up, and we'll take a little squat down until we bring our glutes all the way to the ground. Doesn't matter how graceful it is. I'll go into my lovely ab sequence for this month, which I know everybody loves. What did you say? Yes, yeah. So we have a minute of plank, a minute of a angry plank hold, and a minute of disc. So if you do have a sensitive neck with disc, just put your hands behind your head, okay, and take all that weight out. And I'd recommend just doing 30 seconds and then taking a break and doing the rest, okay? I'll tell you when you get to 30 seconds. So with dish, because we're on our back, we're going to come down, and what dish looks like is we push the lower back into the floor, and we rise the legs up, squeeze them together, and we rise the shoulders up as well. Again, if you have a sensitive neck, bring your hands behind your head, okay? So we have a minute. I'm going to tell you when you can have some breaks if you need it. So if you're doing the full version, the palms up towards the roof, and squeeze the legs together, push that lower back into the floor, and shaking's normal. Now, if it does get too much and you do feel it in your neck, please just lower your shoulders a little bit and place your hands on the back of your head. Oh, this is going for an hour, so I'll just have to, no, we're halfway now, 30 seconds, saying 59 minutes. It's on my class timeline. All right, you've got 20 seconds left. Option always to bring those hands behind the head. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. So the reason why I'm spending more time on core is because it's so important to do yoga from a place of strength. Bring your knees in together and rock from side to side. Just being flexible without strength can also damage your body as well. Gentle rock forward and back. Coming into our second plank option for a minute. I'm going to reset this to 1 minute instead of 1 hour, which would be helpful. And with this one, your options are to just lower your knees, okay? So you can do it from here, or you can do it from the full version. So don't feel like you have to do the full version today. So angry plank or angry cat plank. So we go into our plank pose. I like to do this with my legs together and squeezing my glutes because this is a preparation for handstand actually. Protract through shoulders. So we push the shoulders towards the roof and then bring the chest over the hands. So we're taking that weight in the hands. Push even more towards the roof, squeeze the glutes and lower the hips a little. Lower the hips until you feel your core engage rather than your back taking all of this. You're over halfway, 25 seconds left. Bring the chest even more between the hands. Come up onto your tippy toes. Protract even more through shoulders. 15 seconds, so close. This is good for you, I promise. You can come onto your elbows if your wrists do start to hurt though. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done. Come into a little child's pose. Take a break. Maybe there's a little rock from side to side with your head here. And this is where we do start to slow down the class, so you've survived the hard part. Walk the hands a little further forward and we'll push up into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs here. And then we'll raise the right leg up and exhale, come into half pigeon. So bringing that right foot towards the left hand and slowly lowering down. And if it feels okay, this pose, you can put a block under that right hip, or if your knee does hurt, you can come into figure 4, which is the same muscle group that we're stretching. It's just a little less aggressive on the front knee. So taking whichever option that feels right for your body. And using this really challenging pose to take yourself back into that parasympathetic nervous system, that place of rest and digest. Now, if you remember, we do that by tricking the body by slowing down the breath. So take those long inhales and the hold on the retention and the exhale. And see if you can make yourself feel even more relaxed, even in this pose. Gently start to rise up. We'll come into our downward. Emma always wants longer. Whenever we come out, she's like, no. And step into, she's a sadist. I don't understand. And then the left side, so we raise the leg up. Now, I like to, if you've got your left leg raised, push through your right heel just to really, if that feels nice, to stretch that back leg out. And then bring the left foot towards the right hand to come into pigeon on the other side. Preparing where it feels right. So the back leg should be nice and straight. Sometimes if the back foot is twisting, it means there's also an unalignment in the hips, but you guys all look pretty good. And then folding forward where you are and finding where it feels comfortable to rest your head. And again, focusing on that breath. Can you slow it down a little more? Can you use the breath as a guide if you're feeling quite a lot of sensation in this pose? The breath can be a type of distraction. And maybe seeing with every exhale if you can melt a little more. Release some of those muscles that are holding on. And what is your jaw doing? Can you release the jaw a little more? Taking your last few breaths here, really maximizing this stretch by releasing any extra muscles, allowing that body weight to push yourself towards the floor. Your last exhale, gently roll up. So pushing into the hands, walking the hands back, untucking the back toe, and step back to down dog, and we'll just pedal out the legs for a moment. So we've spent a lot of time activating glutes, and the reason why we've spent so long is because we're spending the rest of the class in backbends, which it's really important to have activated glutes in these really intense, I guess, for your spine, having extension in the back. So bring the knees, actually let's come to a high plank and lower to the floor. Not too long in the high plank. And then from here, we'll come into a plow pose. So we'll come into locust. So with locust, I want you to really concentrate on activating your glutes. So we get long through the head first. So look down to the top of your mat, take a breath in to prepare. And exhale, we roll up. So we roll our shoulders back so the palms are facing towards the floor. And just notice if your glutes are activating. Give them a poke and then squeeze them more. And notice what happens when you squeeze your glutes. You extend and you come even more into a back bend because you're lifting the weight of your legs with the strength of your glutes. So it's going to make your back bend even bigger. Exhale, release down your left cheek and gaze towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. We take another locust, but a slightly deeper version where we clasp the hands behind our backs and we roll through the chest to straighten the arms. Bring the hands off the glutes, take a breath in to prepare, and exhale, we rise up. So we use the hands so the palms almost come to touch, which will make the shoulders roll open and make the back bend even bigger. We squeeze the glutes and push the hips into the floor to raise the legs up with our strength. Neutral neck, and then exhale, lowering the right cheek to floor, gaze towards left. So this is using our back bends coming from a place of strength because we're not using gravity to help us. Releasing the hands, placing them beside you. Maybe bend the knees and windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. Bow pose. We're going to do 2 rounds of bow. The first one's coming from strength and the second using our hands. So bend the knees, flex the toes. We inhale to prepare. And then as we exhale, we're going to kick the heels up towards the roof, but without the hands, okay? So this is using just your glute strength. You're going to feel the difference. So make sure you keep pulling up. One more breath. Exhale, lower the legs and look towards the left. Windscreen wipe the legs to neutralize the back a little. Inhale to center. We do that again, but with our hands. So we bring our hands into contact with the outsides of the heels, flex the toes, take a breath in, and then we exhale, we come up. So first use your arms. So roll your shoulders back and pull your legs towards your body and kick your legs away. And now start to activate your glutes. Push your hips into the floor and see how much more lift you get. You can really deepen your back bend with strength here, not just pulling on the legs. One more breath. And exhale, release down, right cheek to floor, gaze towards left. Bending the legs and maybe moving them from side to side. Hands come just under the shoulders. Inhale into an upward facing dog. This one can be a little bit more relaxed. You don't have to be too activated. Exhale into down dog. We straighten the spine. This is a nice in-between pose to allow your spine to elongate before we go back into compression, or otherwise known as extension through the spine. Look between the hands, bring the knees between the hands. We're coming into camel variation. So there's a few options. This is a really deep back bend. So I'd recommend, if back bends are not your thing, just do one side each time. So Helena, do you do camel, or do you want to do one side each? So your options are bringing one leg forward, place the opposite hand behind your back and then behind your head, and just lean back a little like this. We're going to do two versions, so you can also do it on the other side, yeah, like this. So it's just doing one leg at a time. Otherwise, if you want to come into full camel, you can bend, put your toes onto the floor and have your heels up, and we're going to lean back. You don't have to come back the whole way. You can keep your chin towards the chest. So we have 2 rounds. So thumbs into sacrum, fingers around the sides, elbows back. If you know camel and you're comfortable, you can come into whenever you want. Squeeze the glutes, bring the hips forward and the elbows back. Keep the chin to chest and lean back. It's really important your glutes are working here. We'll take 3 breaths, or whenever you want to come out, just come out. To come out, you're using your core to pull you back, which is another reason why we spent so long in core. Next one, we go a little deeper, just an option if you want to. Thumbs into sacrum, fingers around, elbows back, breath in to prepare. Push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and bend back. Maybe the hands come onto the heels. Maybe the head drops back if you feel comfortable. If you want to go deeper, the feet can be flat on the floor behind you. Trying to push the hips forward and squeeze the glutes. Hold for 2 more breaths, or to come out whenever you want to. Place your hands on your lower back and use that as support as you use your core to rise up and chin to chest. Sit on your heels, close your eyes and take a few breaths. So deep back bends, we're putting our head back below our heart, and our head can get a little dizzy after a back bend like that. Undoing your mats in front of you. Now, reclined hero, there's 2 options again. So half reclined hero. If you want to come into full, the knees are together, feet out to the side, and you sit between the gap between your legs. Can be really intense for the knees. So half hero is just extending one leg out. Feels awesome as well. But if you're happy with full reclined hero, we'll do it together, and I'll give the option for half. Knees together, move the calves out. If they're big like mine, Ross is always like, you got big calves. Some girls don't need to do that. And then behind you, hands on the backs of your feet. And you just open your chest and see how it feels. If your knees hurt a little bit, you can have them a little wider if you want. Maybe bend into your elbows, come a little deeper. If that still feels good, chin towards chest or head falls back. If that still feels okay, you can straighten your arms and come into the full expression, grabbing the elbows and placing on the floor of your head. If the back bend is quite intense, you can actually push into the floor into your legs and lift your glutes a little bit and tilt your tailbone, which is going to reduce the back bend a little here. Just watch that your knees, if there's any pain, sharp pain, please come out. You're welcome to stay here for a few breaths, because for some people this feels really nice. But if this is very intense for you, I'll tell you how to come out. So you place your hands on the backs of your feet and you bend your elbows first, look towards your belly, and then you can walk your elbows back, push into your arms to straighten your arms, and that's how we come out. And you end up there for a while. Bringing your knees together and sit down onto one side. Have your feet flat on the floor and gently roll down. So the last option for back bends is a wheel or a bridge as a variation. So only take wheel if it's in your practice and you've done it before, otherwise just take a bridge, which is this. So if you do want to take wheel, We'll come up for 10 breaths or bridge as an option. So if you're coming into wheel, hands behind you, facing towards your body, suck your elbows in towards your body, so don't let them hang out to the side. And we push into the heels and raise up. I'm not a fan of first coming onto the top of your head. Squeeze your glutes as much as you can. Look between your hands. And we'll take another few breaths here. Coming into bridge is also an option for anyone who wants to take that. Keep activating the glutes wherever you are. To come out, if you're in wheel, look to chin to chest, bend your elbows, bring the top of your back to the floor, and then gently lower upper back, middle back, and lower back down. Windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. That pushes that lower back into the floor. Straighten both legs out in front of you. Take a breath in. And exhale, bring the right knee into the chest. Interlace hands around the shin and pull the knee in towards the body. This is pushing the lower back into the floor as well. Exhale, bring that knee over the top of the body towards the left. Gaze can be to the ceiling or to the right if that feels okay. Closing the eyes. And allowing this practice to really sink in. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten both legs and exhale the left knee in towards the chest. One more breath in. And on the exhale, bring that leg over the top of the body towards the right side of the room. Closing the eyes and keeping the breath steady. Coming back to center, inhale. And then coming into your final resting pose, your savasana. Taking any last movements you feel you need after a lot of back bends, a happy baby might be a nice option. But if you feel ready, coming into that final opportunity to find that parasympathetic nervous system and really slow that breath down. And then gently bring your attention back to the breath. The rise of the belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, it dips down. Maybe a little sensation of when the oxygen goes through the nostrils, the temperature. And the attention to the temperature as it leaves your body. Maybe a little warmer. Bringing awareness to the subtle things that happen to your body without even your usual attention. And becoming in awe of your body for all of these functions that happen every moment of every day without a single thought. Being grateful for the breath and the body. On your next exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a little hug. Maybe wrapping the hands around your shins and pulling them in towards the body. If it feels good, it could be a little roll from side to side and massaging the lower back into the floor. When you're feeling ready, keeping eyes closed, rolling onto your favorite side and using your bottom arm as a pillow. Gently helping yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed and the attention inward. Hands rest on the knees and shoulders roll up and back. Grow tall through the chest and chin tucks gently towards the chest. Bringing that attention back into the body, into that internal place of quiet. And knowing that this is always available to you, if you need to find a few moments peace in between all of the things happening in the world today, that we can slow our breathing down, we can spend some time in a quiet place, focus on our breath, and in that way we can make our body come into this automatic nervous system that will allow us to relax, to rest and digest. Hands come to heart center, take a breath in. And exhale, bow down first for yourself in gratefulness for your practice. And then to the others in the class for your awesome energy. I'm always loving all the giggles and the smiles, so thank you for that today. Namaste, everyone. I hope you have a lovely morning. And yeah, it's so good to see people in the class. Woohoo! Hope you enjoyed it. So I taught a corporate yoga class yesterday. And so my